Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to Planty Face. So today I am going to just do a standard routine repot of corncob cactus, or corncob euphorbia. So this corncob euphorbia, this particular one, has been quite neglected for years, but you can see the reason why I love plants is that they're so bloody resilient, right? They're so bloody resilient, and they just want to keep going, and their sense of survival is something else. You can't even compare it. Like with animals, they get stunted and all that, but some of these cacti, they literally, they'll literally just take off as soon as you give them a little bit of life, So what I'm doing is something like this. I do 50-50 pumice and potting mix, right? And potting mix itself has pumice, so it's probably 60-40, okay? I've got a baby corn cob, and which is one that I've already had. And then I've got this corn cob, which is the new one I'm repotting. Now, I don't know what to expect here, so I don't want to use the old soil as much if I don't have to. So let me just... Now with a corn cob, according to some of my research, you could actually... Okay, just kind of... I want to get rid of as much of the old soil as possible, purely because the old soil will be spent. There won't be much life left in it. So I'm just going to very gently tease out. You can see the root system is friggin' good and healthy, right? But if you damage that too much, then you just lose that advantage. So you don't really want to do that. You want to be able to reduce probably half the soil in there, and we're going to just throw that out. This is going to be a throwaway. I'm going to add it to my compost bin for the bottom of my raised bed. And what I'm going to do is leave the rest of the soil in there. Okay, give it a shake. And I'm going to bury it up to here. Okay, I'm going to bury this up to here and make it a little bit shorter and more stable. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Let's put that there. Okay. And then let's put some fertilizer in the bottom. Okay, let's do a measure up. There, a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay. There we go, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold that and give it a good shake. This is where I really suck at centering the plant sometimes. Gotta work bloody hard to center the plant. There we go. So I'm now confident that it's going to be minimal air pockets in the bottom there. Okay. That's it. Put a little bit more fertilizer. A little bit. We'll plant her little baby on the side. Okay. As a peripheral. Then we'll I decided to merge them together. Now this is what I've read, is you can partially bury the long leggy stem because it will actually spread roots up there. If you bury it too deep, then you're going to have a problem. But if you bury it just right, then you'll be fine. So let's see what happens. Okay. And then let's put this like this to prop it up so it's not so, right. I mean, we don't really want it to be too straight, do we? So maybe a smaller piece. There we go. There. There we go. Can't even see that stone. There we go. What I do actually is, after I repot, I simply water it quite deeply to make sure that the soil has no air bubbles, and yeah, and soil settled, and I won't water it for quite a while after that. There we go, done. And here's our old, ancient, neglected corn cob. And let's see if we can salvage that, yeah? All right.